All right, let's just look forward. Let's say you win the primary here, and we're looking toward you being sworn in Congress. What is the first thing that you think you're going to do as the congressional representative of the 7th District? When you walk in that first day, what's your first priority going to be to take care of?
I'm going to make sure on day one that people know the 7th District here, the great state of Indiana, is there to be dealt with. We are going to have a great presence in Washington, and that presence is going to be felt outside of Washington as well. We've got a lot of assets here in Indianapolis that I think trump that of many, many other districts. I mean, you know, the Colts and the Pacers and our sports teams aside, I mean, we are centrally located in the great Midwest. We are about 500 miles from 50% of the population of this nation. We are strategically located for businesses that distribute products to people. Those are the kind of industries that I want us to make a focused effort to attract so that we can increase the jobs that are available here. And so I'm going to be on the committees, I'm going to talk to the people, I'm going to make the kinds of suggestions about legislation. I'm going to find the folks that actually are the ones that are who bring the businesses together through Business Roundtable or any of the other various business organizations who are making decisions about where to expand, and hopefully help to interest them in Central Indiana, specifically in Marion County, as their next home. Now that's the kind of effort that takes cross-aisle help. In other words, it's a bipartisan effort, and it's also an effort that takes the cooperation of state, a local government, as well as your federal representative. And I believe I've got the talent, the energy, and the enthusiasm to make those connections with the mayor and here in Indianapolis, to make those connections with the governor, whoever the governor happens to be in January. I hope it's Governor Schellinger or Governor Thompson. But I have the energy, the enthusiasm, the ability to make those connections so we can work together as a team for the benefit of the 7th Congressional District in Indianapolis. Now, I have a lot of other things I want to get done, and I may not be able to get them done all on day one, but clearly healthcare and education are on the agenda as well. Either President Clinton or President Obama or Vice President Clinton or Vice President Obama will want to get their health legislation in place as quickly as possible. I very much want to help them get that accomplished. You know, there's not that much of a difference between their plans long term, and it's going to take a negotiation in the Congress to choose the best parts of each plan. I want to be a part of that negotiation specifically to help the people in the 7th District who I know the best. And as I stated before, in education, we've got to fix what's wrong with No Child Left Behind. There are clearly areas that need to be repaired in that legislation. We've got to give much more credit to what our administrators and teachers are telling us needs to be done and need to be done in the classroom. So I very much want to represent those interests in Washington, and whether it happens on day 1, 2, or 3, I will be there to make those things happen for us.
All right. I wasn't planning on asking this, but I know I'll get flack if I don't. So the requisite question for all candidates this year, do you have a preference in the presidential race?
Well, we are very fortunate that we've got two great choices, and I will be happy to work with either President Clinton or President Obama, or Vice President Clinton or Vice President Obama. But I have to tell you that I've been a supporter of Barack Obama's since he announced. I was a co-chair of his dinner here this summer in Indianapolis. I recognized very early on that he was a guy that was going to take us in a new direction. I'm proud to say, a strong supporter, but like I said, we in the Democratic Party have a great choice to make this year, and I know that we're going to make it wisely, and whatever we choose, that's the person that, whoever we choose, that's the person I'm happy to work with in January.
Well, I'd once again like to thank you for taking time out from your really busy campaign schedule to sort of sit down with us today. There are a lot of people on my site who seem really sort of on the edge between multiple candidates. So maybe to conclude here, if you just want to give sort of your compressed pitch for why you think you deserve their vote here. I know we've covered a lot, I know already.
We have covered a lot, and I thank you for the opportunity. But just compare the candidates. I mean, you know, I believe that what we're all doing is applying for a job, and the public gets a chance to choose who they want for this job. I want the job. I don't need the job. I want the job. And why do I want it? Because I know I could be very, very good at it. I know that I could take us forward in a new, positive, dynamic way. I've got the energy to do it, and I think I'd be great. And so the people of the district either are going to agree with that or not agree with that, but I'm offering my services, as are my colleagues, and so the 7th District is going to have to make a choice, and I sure hope it's me.
All right, well, thank you once again for sitting down with us today.